to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, welcome everybody. Monday, first thing up, the approval of minutes. Everyone have a chance to read. Some first by legislator Twist, second by legislator Martino. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? That's carried. Okay. And to resolutions. First one up, IT1. Resolution authorizing expenditure from highway and automotive equipment reserve number 146. This is for Ford pickups in the amount of $191,200.
Motion to approve.
First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Nolde. Anyone have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carried. Okay, now this one here, I have IT2. Is this supposed to be reversed, Bill?
It doesn't matter which one.
It doesn't matter. Okay.
We can have it on the floor.
Understood. Resolution authorizing the execution of amended grant offer at the Oswego County Airport. First by legislator Twist, second by legislator Holst. Anyone have any questions on this? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. IT3, resolution amending capital project number E0125, Oswego County Airport. Purchase of the new front end loader with plow. First by legislator Twist, second by legislator Nolde. Does anyone have any questions? Legislator Martino? Your hand up.
Nope.
I don't have any questions on it. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. IT4, resolution adopting Oswego, County of Oswego local law number 3 of 2026 entitled local law, amending local law 4 of 2022 permitting ATV use on certain county roads. Move for discussion. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holt.
Question.
Yeah.
So it says a public hearing was held on April 9th. Are we approving this in advance or not?
It has been said it's not April 9th.
Yeah, no, we're approving it pending the approval.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Anyone have any questions?
I'd just like to tell you that we did put the signs up. I talked to the sheriff. He told me where he needed it. He said they had to be up by the first, so. Okay.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, IT5, resolution authorizing expenditure from capital reserve number 21, building and renovation to capital project number C0226, DSS rooftop chiller replacement. First by legislator Twist, second by legislator Holst. Anyone have any questions?
Of course.
Good.
Is this go out to bid?
That's,
This is all under state pricing.
Okay,
We ordered this one, or we can order this one through state pricing.
Oh. so the state is priced.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you.
all in favor? Aye. Opposed? That carries. IT6, resolution increasing authorization of capital project C0225, LOB rooftop chiller replacement. Good. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holst. Any questions? Anything you wanted to say, Rick?
Sure. This is for an additional pump up there. When we did it, we put one pump in. It only made sense to put an additional pump in so we have a lead lag in case we had issues. So that's what this is.
Mr. Chairman, I've had several conversations with Rick, both of these chiller issues, and I was very satisfied. I had conversations because I was kind of curious about it myself. So after the conversations, I understand the situation. So I'm close.
All right. Anyone else? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carries. IT7, resolution authorizing the reclassification of one position in the Department of Solid Waste.
Move it.
First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Yurk. Anything you want to say, Mike?
This is a position, it's a mechanic to truck mechanic. It's been set empty. We have not gotten a single application in over a year. So I'm tailoring this more to an industrial mechanic, a little more specialized to help me with my transfer work on hydraulics, other stuff at the landfill, maintenance of our methane gas field on the landfill, stuff like that. I do have an internal candidate that will meet qualifications to fill this position. So,
Will you be back on this?
no, I'm taking the mechanic, like I said, where he's currently, yes. I've got some internal people who can move around, and we're gonna have some retirements, so you're gonna see some movement internally a little bit here over the next 90 days. So, yeah, and that's really all it says.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. IT8, resolution authorizing budget modification for Department of Solid Waste unappropriated fund balance, landfill, and transfer stations, other equipment account. Okay. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Rolls. Does anyone have any questions? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, this is for it's a Ventrax, which has radio controlled capabilities for the side, mainly I'm getting this for the side slopes of the landfill. The DEC has been after me to get them in better shape. It's too steep to put a man on a mower safely. So this can be radio controlled remotely, but it also can be ridden on and driven as a standard mower. So that's, and it supplements our fleet. We're, it's summertime, grass is growing, and I don't have enough bodies and equipment sometimes. So we do have another seasonal this year. This will give us additional mowing capacity for ground maintenance.
Okay. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carries. IT8, IT9, resolution authorizing budget modification, Department of Solid Waste unappropriated balance, energy recovery facility, electrical.
Is there,
That's the board of
this is,
Patrick.
this,
The other one I can
Bill, okay, this one,
did he miss one?
No, but I don't think.
after this one, we got 10. I
Oh,
just
okay, there's
had it
an
in
IT
here.
test.
Yeah, I had it in here as the add-on.
Okay,
so.
Okay.
Yeah, when you first did it, I just grabbed the reprint.
okay.
Thanks. All good, let's see, IT9, the budget mod, unappropriated fund balance, energy recovery for the electrical account, the amount of $125,000. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Yurden. Anything you want to say, Mike? I know it's the rising electrical.
Yeah, we're rising electrical costs, and I may have to do something on the landfill side too later in the year. It kind of took us by surprise. We'll see how the next billing cycle goes, because we have been generating more of our own power. But I'm nervous about this account this year.
Yeah, this is part of my report to F&P. I'll repeat that there for those members' benefit. But it's not just solid waste. We're 25% through the year. Both our electrical and natural gas counts have been expended 38%. So it's as though we've gone through more than a third of the year rather than a quarter of the year. So I'm anticipating we get into September, October, we maybe have to come back to this committee and F&P for some money out of fund balance, electricity and gas due to what's been happening with prices.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions, Blake? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. On to IT 10, resolution authorizing contract modification of the Energy Recovery Facility Engineering Feasibility Study.
Move it.
First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Novak.
This is pretty much what the implemental states. We got into it, we found a little bit more. I approved it at the time because I wanted to get it done. I do have, I'm going to hold off on that comment until,
Go ahead.
okay. I do have the feasibility study complete, and I'm going to put it on the next cycle to release. So I believe my question to you, Mr. Chairman, is, do you want me to release it to this committee?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you can.
And I will,
For next cycle.
yeah, next cycle. I'll get it in the packet for the next cycle.
And at that point, I think if you have E&L here.
I'll have B&L at this meeting next month. Yeah.
And that way, any questions we have regarding the study, the whole line, they're the best ones to answer.
All right, so I'll plan on doing that.
All right, let's
Okay.
make sure everyone's aware of it. It is complete. I know that's.
Yeah, yeah. And well, when it comes time, because let's get included in the packet then too, or how do we?
Should.
Yes, it would be.
Okay. So, yeah, I've got it via email in PDF. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. At least then everyone will know, but that'll be the place for everybody to be released. But they can, any questions they have, please.
And I'll plan on at least having Jill and Blake here from B&L if she chooses to bring others with her. There's questions you can answer.
All right, sounds good. Anyone have any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That's it for the resolutions. And now on to bids.
Okay, Brandon wasn't here, so he asked me to come and talk about the,
Yeah.
in case anybody was nervous because they saw that it looked like the third lowest won the bid because the two higher did not meet the specifications of the bid. One of them, it was a 26 or newer, and they bid a 24. The other one, to get the federal money, they had to, the truck had to be 60% made in America, and it wasn't, it was 55%. So it wouldn't be worth getting it because then we wouldn't get the grant funds to pay for it.
That's good. Okay. We are looking-
Make a motion to accept.
Motion to accept, first by legislator Martino.
Second.
Second by legislator Twist. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Go ahead.
Okay, the next one is liquid, how do you say it, Sean?
2 minutes.
Yeah, materials. Midland was the lowest again, so attached to the packet is their pricing for this year, and their pricing, the last time it was bid out was 21, because we do contract extensions. So Midland was low again.
Motion to accept, first by legislator Twist, second by legislator Holst.
Question?
Yeah, just a question. This is in addition to the asphalt that you make,
This is the liquid asphalt that we make.
that you make the
That
actual
we make
asphalt.
regular asphalt with.
The oil.
This is one of the ingredients.
Yeah, it's the
That goes
ingredient.
into making the asphalt.
Okay. Okay.
It's in that big silos that we have. Like,
Oh, all right.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There is, okay. And next is the authorization of a license agreement for vendor use. The Office of the Aging Kitchen located at 74 Butter Street.
I'm here if you have any questions.
Okay, now this is, I know I just read it again because this is just authorizing them to use that.
Right, to utilize the kitchen that we have there. They have received the vendor contract the end of last year for this year to provide congregate meals in Oswego, and that's the site they'll be using to provide congregate meals.
Okay, they, I remember when that went out to bid, right?
Yeah.
It went out to bid last year.
Right, so now this is just giving them the authorization to use our space, council space.
Understood. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Twist. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. Okay. Now, on to reporting departments. First up, Rick, go ahead, burn ground.
All right, I'll start with the health department. The roof is complete up there. What we're waiting for right now is the final inspection from the roofing company, and then we're gonna get the solar panels put back up and get the rooftop units put back on. So we're just waiting for that final inspection on that, and that will be complete in that. Out in Mexico, we have a cooling tower ordered. It was 6 weeks out, 3 weeks ago, so I'm hoping we get that in place before the weather starts changing. The last guy, they just started working up there again. They're digging up the asphalt right now, the drainage in. As soon as they get that done, they're going to be forming the front steps and get that complete. We're going to be pressure washing and cleaning up, painting the old Board of Elections building, the exterior of it. There's a little bit of money set aside for that. And we're going to be measuring up for carpet for the probation department and some areas downstairs, so I'll probably be coming to the committee soon, asking for some money for more flooring. And other than that, we're going to be helping 911 with the project. I reached out to an architect for HVAC stuff for their rooms, some stuff to help drag out, and there's bigger projects going on there. So,
All right.
Rick, has been, I know, it's just because I know that some legislators discussed, what's the update on signage for the Water Street?
signage, I met with sign company last week. We just approved the stuff that's going to go on the exterior of the building. Everything's been approved. He's working on it, and I'm hoping to have it all in place by the end of May.
Thank you.
So,
Okay, on to the highway.
Let's see, well, right now we had a hell of a rainstorm, we all know. I had one road pretty much wash out, County Route 4, between Mud Lake and, what is it, O'Connor Road. We did this like 18 years ago, we put the pylon in.
Yeah.
One of the rods going across broke, repaired it for now, and we'll wait until we get some drier weather. We're going to repair all of them. The other rods go side to side to the pylon going in to keep it straight up, one going out. So we were at that first.
Yeah, that's where you had trouble not long ago, you had to get out there.
Yep. So they're riding out the beams going across. So we're going to start replacing them one by one. So if not, we'll be there. But again, being a capital project, we don't want to do that. We'll repair. Springtime, we're fixing guardrail, picking trash, our normal stuff. Mix plant, we're starting to open it up. We're going to put the filter system on top of the oil silos for the permitting for the DEC. They says we can't do it, won't give us a permit unless we do it, so we're doing that. And then I have one other one, County Route 45 and 4. We've had a few accidents. The sheriff got a hold of me. He says, people want a 4-way stop sign. So I got all the data. We ran our data through New York State. The sheriff ran his. We had 16 accidents within 10 years. 8 property damages, 7 with injury, 1 with a death. I mean, they're saying our signage, to the signage the day after it happened. We went out and put reflective stripes on the stop signs, on the stop ahead signs, put a flag off it. So everybody sees, I mean, if you're missing it, you're missing something. I don't know what to do. If you want a 4-way stop sign, I mean, I can sent a counter out there, I'm gonna hire that out, because we don't do that. To get the traffic patterns and everything. And
I know we had done that before, and got the feedback from the state that they would not allow us to do it on County Route 4-176.
Correct.
And I still have a lot of that information.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize, even though it's a county road, we can't just change the signage, it has to go through the state. And I found it unreal, the response that we had.
Yes.
You had to have a certain number of
Yes.
deaths.
For so many years.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was, I may be saying it wrong, but it may have been 3 deaths within, say, a 12-month period. What do you say to the third family? You could have prevented that. And you know what I mean? It was,
I know,
but I
we
still
talked about
have
that
all
years
the,
ago.
I still have the information. So is that something we can submit again? At least we can.
I can submit
We
to
can do
both of them
whatever.
if you'd like. I mean, it's, you guys just call. I mean,
I'd like to see us at least try the process.
Absolutely.
try the process.
At least try the process with both those intersections again, because as you know, you go by there, you see the
Yeah.
pile of car parts.
Oh, you see car parts out the corner, getting picked up all the time.
And it's just, I feel.
Yeah, Sean, a few weeks ago, I sent out the state's project, they call it Express, where they want to know about things that don't make sense that they do.
Yes.
Can you fill this situation out on one of those forms and get it to me, say Monday or Tuesday, because they do? And we'll get it on the record that that is a process that does not make sense.
And the speed limit signs, there's lowering speed limits. Yeah, I mean, I gotta get approval.
There shouldn't be
from the-
3 deaths.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, it's,
Like I said, someone wants to lower the speed limit in an area, which a rural area you'd like to. It's gotta go through, say it's on a county road, it's gotta go through the township, through their board first. They send it to me. I send it to the state, then they send it back, nope, stays as. And they've done this 4 times on a rural road.
This is kind of a way to end run the DOT, because it goes right through this governor's project.
Right.
Try to find this thing, so just another way to try to get something changed.
Okay.
I mean, I know we rode in lane, and sure, there's no stop sign, and when you think about it, County Route 6, all the way to 53.
Yeah.
And when you're just going, you know what I mean, you're just gonna go to 55, and people, of course, they do 55 and 65, so some of those spots,
Oh, yeah.
it's crazy. But all right, yeah, that'd be good.
Question.
Oh.
So is it possible, I don't know what they're called, like a rumble strip or whatever, to like make people aware?
To that. It doesn't make sense because unfortunately with our weather and plows, terrible. It doesn't work here. It works in nice southern warm areas. Here it does not. Because and the only reason why I can attest and speak to this, as Sean knows, Phil knows, I went through the situation right in front of the high school on Route 11, Central Square. We had the DOT, we had a lot of people at a meeting. The sheriffs, state troopers, young lady got killed there. So it actually took almost an act of God to actually reduce the speed limit down, because the state and their wisdom, they will not drop the speed limit more than 10 or 5 mile an hour at a time. So you basically have to go from 45 to 40 to 35 in an extended period over this, and then gradually increase again. So, and Chairman Weatherup was there at that meeting as well. We did a lot. So the state actually did take action on that. So I think Phil's right. Let's hit this at every avenue that we can, all the way around. I'm on board.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. On to solid waste.
The new scale is in at Bristol Hill. The contractor is finishing it up. We should be operational, I hope, by the end of next week. And then the rental scale can go back. So we can close that project out. Hastings is underway with the compactor replacement. I know contracts have been written between CNS and the compactor company to get that going. we're shooting to have that fully completed and back in our hands first week of August. I don't have an exact date, but it'll be that first week. I've been working with Veronica, closing, trying to get some capital projects closed. I'll try to get something written up and out to all of you as to the status on some of these. And like on the two big earth projects we had over the past couple of years, there were multiple portions of that that are done, like our intake water that we were looking at, our screening, that's complete. Our switchgear battery bank, those have been replaced. Our scrubber tops were rebuilt. Building relighting is all done. So there are portions of these projects we've completed. Our dump floor has been replaced. Retaining wall for the dump floor was replaced. There's a brand new scale of the earth that was part of that one. NOx monitoring equipment is in place. Right now, we're scheduling with Siemens to get one of our turbines rebuilt. The money is encumbered for that. So we've been getting a lot of work done, and Veronica and I have been talking, so we get some of these projects closed out. So that's it for that. I'm looking at some things at Bristol Hill. I'm exploring biochar. Over the years, Phil, you have talked to me about carbon, CO2, and that sort of stuff, sort of Dave Turner. But our earth does not lend itself to any CO2 capture. Biochar is the thing we can explore at Bristol Hill in our composting side. It may afford it. We can mix it in with our compost. We can make it available for farmers for soil amendment, and it's potentially a revenue stream for carbon credits when the time comes. So I'm working on that. I am going to the big seminar end of next month from the New York Federation of Solid Waste. I'm hoping the DEC really gets serious about releasing their PFAS guidance, because it's potentially going to mean some kind of pre-treatment for leachate at the landfill. But we don't know yet. So that's hanging out there. And then I've got some various things. I do have my unappropriated fund balance after this meeting today. Right after the meeting next week will be $2.8 million. So we're not in danger by any means, but I've got a list of things that I want to get done this year, and I'll prioritize them and we'll discuss it. See where we go. And then, as I've been saying, I'm going to bring some rate structuring forward for 27. The rates are going to have to go up 27. We've been talking about it. So, in a nutshell, that's where I'm sitting at the moment.
I know you're doing a great job. I know you have a lot of different things going on, and I was waiting to see if certain ones had you a recap on them. I got them all that he does. Good job. Does anyone else have any questions for Mike?
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, on to technology.
So our two open positions are filled. The individuals both started on Monday. One was an existing employee at the computer services assistant, so he had some familiarity with the county. The other individual was an intern with us. He finished his degree at RIT and also comes back up for a position worked out nice. So we're moving forward with getting him trained, which will take months. Other kind of focus areas, the network upgrade. We finished running fiber in both buildings. That's an upgrade. We're completing site cutovers that just wrapped up in the report. Heading over to the fire training school after this. Probably finishing tomorrow morning. Or substantially completed tomorrow. But one thing left to do with Bristol Hill. Probably on the DSS next. We've been working through PSC to what to do there. That's probably the most complex site to cut over. And then we get full house to cut over. But again, we've been doing a lot of we have more capabilities. The fiber, the backbone connection between the floors was kind of a priority item initially. So that's coming along pretty well. And there's been other things going on with it as well. It's like the configuration, firewall rules, financing stuff that has been progressing for a while. So that's in a good place. The other item I want to update you on is the cameras. I mentioned last committee meeting that one of the underlying issues was how the video traffic is handled on the new network. We identified, did quite a bit of work on figuring that out, and identified a fix for that. It's implemented about a third of the way done. Each site victim we can change color traffic process. Not all the sites, but the sites where the video recording comes back from the site to 3 more central recorders that are at the public safety center. Some of the other sites have their own local recorders. So we identified that. That is the reason that's important. The issue with the traffic, we see delays when we're watching a particular camera, we see it appear that it's still hung up. When that happened, it also wasn't sending a video stream to the report, so we were missing. We had gaps in the report. So we identified that root cause and are correcting this. Back working on that tomorrow. I guess we have about 6-8 sites and so on. So the other piece of that, kind of a fundamental big issue is we've had camera failures. We are replacing failed cameras with different ones with cameras. So that's a much better success with as we put it in. So far, I've been satisfied with that. There's some more follow-up with Johnson, getting this network piece worked out. I've got to revisit for how we move forward with camera replacements. When this was addressed, Legislator Martino had asked about a proposal for the board to purchase cameras for Legends Field and also for the old elections building. Those are still out there as sites that I need to bring forward a proposal, but again, until I need to have a follow-up with Johnson, I'm sure where we need to be with them before I want to vote them out to do those at the shoot site. So that's still an open question. Hopeful that hopefully we'll be forthcoming in the next couple of months.
Okay. Thank you. That's about everything. For a motion to adjourn by Legislator Twist. Second by Legislator. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you.